Masters Universe Classics fans, I have Dragstor. He's a transforming evil robot vehicle. Dragstor was released from Matty Collector a while back, and unfortunately I was never able to obtain him until now. Packaging is pretty much identical to all the other packaging that was released from the Matty Collector toy line. The bio on the back reads, Dragstor, real name They Done. I've heard it pronounced other ways, but I'm gonna go with They Done. Anyways, one of the fastest athletes in all of Etheria, They Done was lured into Hordex experimentation matrix with promises of fame and fortune. Instead, the former record-holding runner was transformed into a terrible mutation and brainwashed to become an evil horde crony. Now half man, half machine, he became Dragstor, the vicious, maniacal speed demon. He is able to move faster than any other warrior, and he even outpaces some vehicles. Dragstor loves to chase down helpless victims and drag them back to Hordak. He transforms from evil warrior to evil vehicle, and in a burst of speed chases after enemies of the horde with rip-roaring velocity. I liked it on the back. We have a couple other mechanical beings, or depending on your point of view, whether or not he's a mechanical being or not, is like the Horde Trooper, also multi-pop. Oh, anyways, enough of that. Let's go and open this guy up. And here is Dragstor. Oh my god, they messed up on the paint app with his eyes, and he's got a derpy eye. It's not like it's the worst thing in the world. I've seen some people online where their eyes are completely off, so this is something that I can live with. He comes with two different weapons, one of which is the Crossbow, or at least his version of a crossbow. This is very standard for many other members of the Horde. This one looks much more technologically advanced. In fact, I'm really impressed with the design that they use with this. Not to mention that it also attaches to his jetpack, where it almost seems as though it's an extra component so that he can go faster. A bit of a closer view, you can see that it has 3 exit points, and the overall design does seem like it's a lot more technologically advanced in comparison to the other Horde bows. He also comes with a bow whip with an axe at the end of it. I don't know if it has a proper name or not, but I'm going to go with that. I mean, this just looks menacing and freaky, something that the Horde would totally have. But let's look at Dragstor himself. He does have the Horde symbol on his chest, and like his 1980s counterpart, he also has a wheel in his stomach. His 1980s counterpart had the action feature where if you put a ripcord in his jetpack and pulled it out, it would make the wheel turn so it would go really fast so it would propel him along a flat surface. Of course, this wheel is just built into the armor that's attached to his body. His face has like a gas mask attached to it, which number one gives him the whole technological thing where he's a cyborg, but it also kind of has that whole like, hey, he's freaky looking, you can't see what his face looks like underneath it because now it's all just metal. Here's a better view of his jetpack, which I always wondered whether or not this could help him fly, which I guess not. I suppose it's just supposed to propel him along a surface instead, but still, I always kind of had that idea as a kid. He has some extra quote-unquote metal pieces attached to his thigh to give him more of the cyborg look. His gloves are orange, which I suppose is supposed to offset the whole red and blue coloring that he has for the rest of his body. His armor pieces are fairly well put in place, so I wouldn't try removing them. I mean, I've seen some people do it, but I've also seen where it's like glued on in certain places and you'd have to rip it off, so I'm not going to do anything like that. If you really want to be funny, you could have his whip back there too. I don't know why, but I mean, some people may like that. He has a standard articulation of most other Masters Universe Classics figures, so let's go through them real quick. First, he has movement in his head, upper shoulder movement, bicep movement, elbow movement, wrist movement. Technically, it's possible to move his mid-torso, but you can't really do that with all his armor on. He has waist movement, upper leg movement, knee movement, boot movement, and ankle movement. All in all, he is a pretty cool character, despite the derpy eyes. I mean, I do like him, and I am going to give him a good home with the rest of my Masters Universe Classics figures. You know what? I'll probably end up storing this bow on his back instead. I kind of like it downwards like this. In conclusion, I mean, Dragstor is a pretty cool character, and he's essential for any Masters Universe Classics fan that wants to complete their Horde set. I don't have a complete Horde set yet. I'm still missing a couple figures, but I'm getting much, much closer. If you're interested in getting this figure, obviously Matty Collector is not doing them anymore, but occasionally they do release a few figures here and there that they may have some in back stock, but otherwise you want to get them through eBay or Amazon or some other third-party site. Anyways, though, with that, thank you guys for joining me in this video, and I will join you guys in another one very soon. Check out my Patreon site, my social media sites, my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, and namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. You know, it would be really funny if there was a Masters of the Universe figure called Drag Man. Not to be confused with Dragon Man, but this is a guy in drag. I think that would be really funny. I'm surprised there's not more custom figures of stuff like that.